This is a video record of the Celebrity Equinox cruise of September 2013, with stops in Dubrovnik, the beautiful Venice, spectacular Kotor, Naples for Vesuvius and Pompeii, wet Rome, sunny and beautiful Pisa, and Villefranche. So you see, for a 12-night cruise it was rather a port-intensive trip. Thankfully we did have 2 days at sea before our first port of call, which enabled us to get to know this beautiful modern ship.
on O, we're going to switch to face the other direction. O. Now we go outside. T and G. O. The last one, we're going to face our partner. T, A to face our partner. Okay, so let's go from the outside. T, A, and G, switch.
So our first port of call was Dubrovnik in Croatia, a beautiful city that I've wanted to see since the 70s. Unfortunately, with 3 cruise ships in port that day, the city was just a little bit crowded. See what I mean?
Dream of you every day. Got to know every inch of you. Will you make my dream come true? There's no place like home, they say. You're my home, so hear me pray. I don't know you, but I need more time. Promise me you'll be mine. Birds are flying over Europe's skies. Tell me please, why can't I? Times have changed, but so have I. I view my life through your eyes. On the go in my tourist shoes, but I'll stay truthful to you. 'Cause there's no place like home, they say. You're my home, so I guess I'll stay. I don't know you, but I need more time. Promise me you'll be mine. Birds are flying over Europe's skies. Tell me please, why can't I?
The very next day we arrived in Venice. The main reason why we were doing this cruise, the weather was atrocious. It was icy, there was a gale blowing and a fine drizzle. But it didn't stop Neil from getting a tear in his eye. He said it was the emotion of arriving in such a beautiful city, but the rest of us knew that all he got was a bit of grit that was blowing in the gale. In fact, with that weather, far from looking beautiful, Venice looked bleak. But luck was on our side. By the time we had disembarked and taken the water taxi to St. Mark's Square, the weather had improved, or at least it had stopped raining, and we were able to do a walking tour through Venice.
Not as good as the Bar of the Ray, is it?
Found it.
That's not ours.
That Costa one, isn't it? No, look, the one with the flume.
Venice, proprio con la C bella grande. No, granulari poi. No, granulari. Sì, quello canale tesoro ci fa coperto.
The Celebrity Equinox was in Venice overnight, and during the evening of that night there was a live mask party in the atrium of the ship. But how many of these rather aged passengers actually appreciated this show, I have no idea. I suspect not many.
Not for very much longer. I've got to keep control.
Your interactive bean party. Let's get you out on the floor tonight. For best in glam rock for the last however many hundreds of years. Yes,
Early the next morning we awoke to find crystal clear skies, and we had a gondola ride booked.
We've had legs then, right? Some of them have been going backwards. But whoever a motorboat comes past me, all soaked. Is what a big one?
No, his memory card.
Sorry.
Ja, det är helt lördag. Ja, så jag Pedro.
Less than 24 hours later, we arrived in the small Montenegrin town of Kotor. But it was the cruise up the Kotor fjord that really made this visit spectacular. It really was out of this world. Thank goodness for small mercies. After Kotor we had a day at sea. With all these days in port, it meant that all these social occasions that David and I were invited to, all these cocktail parties, had to be crammed into a matter of a few hours. I forget which one this is. And it seemed that the captain was invited to every single one of them. and made the same speech each time.
In the shipyard of Hamburg in Germany, in order to have the latest technology. For diesel electric engines made by Chile in Finland. The total electrical power of Equinox is 75,000 kilowatts or 100,000 horsepower. Enough power to supply with electricity a city of 50,000 people. For stereo, we have the APPI system made in Finland, which can give you tremendous maneuverability when the ship is sailing in and out of small and narrow harbors or when we are affected by strong winds and currents.
It has been said that the activities entertainment on board the Celebrity Equinox was pretty poor. Now the exception to that were the production shows, which were out of this world, exceptional, and some of the guest artists. One artist in particular was Hector is Magic. Trying to find something to do after dinner was virtually impossible, and any activity, any sign of life seemed to be concentrated in the Sky Observation Lounge. And as you see, even there it wasn't exactly busy. And with the last person to leave at 11:30, please turn off the lights. So after a wonderful day at sea, we arrived in the cesspit that is Naples. The fact that it's one of the filthiest cities I've ever been to wasn't really important, because some of us, more culturally minded or into exercise, had actually booked a ship's excursion, hiking to the top of Mount Vesuvius, followed by an excursion, a walking tour around Pompeii.
right? Okay? And as the time passes, the body went into the position. Of an opening lies and a house and a friend. So cool. As you can notice.
Rome was our second day of very bad weather. It rained for most of the day, quite torrentially early on in the day. John, Rob and David had decided to take a ship's excursion, or basically a chartered train ride into Rome. Neil and I did the same thing on our own for a quarter of the price, and we're very glad we did. The following day it was beautiful again, and we arrived in Livorno. Neil and I took a train again up to the city of Pisa, and as the weather wasn't so good in Rome, and I've been to Rome and Pisa before, I didn't actually take a lot of video, so I've linked the two together.
You dirty bastard!
And on the last day of this cruise we arrived in Villefranche. It was a lovely day, we were sat in a lovely bay, it looked lovely, but I was not getting off. I'd had enough of Port-Secours by this time, and I let the others get off and wander around. I was quite happy to sit on board the ship. All in all, it was a lovely cruise on a wonderful ship, but just a little bit too port intensive for me. Oh, it's 11:30. Don't forget to go to bed and switch off the lights.
dirty bastard.